And hello again to another episode of Let's Play Towns. I just named my episode. I will set up my alarm right now. And I should still have sound. Let me check that once more. Do I still have sound? Yes, I do still have sound. Quite good. Yep, I do. Great. Gonna stop that. And get back here. I hope this didn't mess up the recording at all. Ooh, the herbalist is lightly wounded, but he still has a lot to kill here. Also, his trunk seems to be a bit useless. Now the dwarf is joining in. This is quite a nice battle over here. And if those sprouts would explode now, they would actually have done some considerable damage. And this is how the herbalist is supposed to fight, I guess, with just his wand killing things from the distance, not just standing in the middle of the fray. That's not what you do when you summon creatures. Okay, awesome. So we successfully built, successfully cleaned out a bit of space here. We'll also mine out this. How will I do that? Okay, this stone needs to go. This is level -4. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let them go to level -3. Just so we can harvest all that stone. And then I'll see. I'm not sure as I said, I don't want to risk my townies in this dungeon. Also, I hope this doesn't look too silly. Even if it does, I don't really care. Can I actually build this dungeon wall? I think I can. It's a moss-covered stone. Ancient wall. I think it's that, if I want to replicate the dungeon wall. Well, that's all that. Stone bricks wall. That actually seems kinda like the dungeon wall. Not exactly, but I think it's as close as we can get to it. Ooh, explosive sprouts. And the trunk. Okay, yeah, I think the trunk is mostly good for just distracting the enemy while the herbalist hits with his staff. Making it kinda useless, but it's not even a meat shield, it's more of a wooden shield, but that title is already given. Oh, the confusion. Look at that massive massacre that happened here. Oh my. Okay, let's check the terraforming. It hasn't happened. Let's check this here. The stones are still sitting here, and I can't flatten those blocks. Dirt, stone, stone, stone. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Let's try another terraforming here. Where did it go here? I want snow over here, just for the fun of it. Yeah, we'll see if it's done, and when it's done. What are you doing? You're a farmer, okay. Considering they don't seem to be all that busy right now, I would assume they actually get to feeding pigs already. And I approve, I guess. Still think I might want to move those 2 farms over here and just destroy that and make room for something else, like maybe chickens also. Actually sounds like a good idea. Not that, I want to see food. What can you bake? Yeah, you need an egg for those, so I guess I'll place a chicken farm here because it's fairly close to the bakery. And I'll probably also look into building roads at some point. This guy looks pretty badass with his iron arm and the bone helmet. It's kind of something I wanted to avoid because I always think that mixed armor looks a bit silly in most cases. Like 99% of all cases, mixed armor just looks pretty silly. And I don't like using mixed armor. For example, in Skyrim, I always made sure I had pretty much an entire suit of an armor if before putting it on. And it was one of the things that really annoyed me in Morrowind, because you only got your if you joined the Legion and you got your uniform, you only got it in pieces. So you got the breastplate, I think, very early in the game. It was the first thing they gave you. And then you got the... what else did you get? Then you got the rest slowly. The annoying thing was you had to wear the breastplate when you were talking to any of the Legion guys, because they would refuse to talk to you if you weren't in your uniform. I think until you hit a very high rank. So that kind of annoyed me, because it was not only a terrible armor compared to the other mid to end game stuff you got, but you also had to carry it around. At least I did, because I didn't feel like stealing one every time. Also does copper. Awesome. I'm not going to repeat my mistake and just dig down here. Anyway, you had to carry this, I think it was 60 weight units thing, and your usual armor, because I used to wear heavy armor, and of course, obviously, I carried that around too. And yeah, it really annoyed me, because you only got a certain amount of things each level. So if you, I think you got the boots next, and then some pauldrons and so on, but it took ages to finish the stupid armor. And that's the point I didn't like. Also, we can remove those scaffolds. Okay, destroy that. Anyone on the roof? No. Okay, then you can also destroy that. Not that. That. Okay. Do we have anything here? Is anyone removing that? No? They don't feel like it. Okay. Crossfield are fairly busy right now. That's good. I like to see them busy, those lazy buggers. And the next thing we'll do is building a roof here. You know it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take ages. Although right now I'm more tempted to actually build this tavern. Could you fix those stairs? It goes both ways, but where? It's a security risk like that. And with the railing on this side, it's also kind of pointless. Oh well. Right now I'm kind of more tempted to build the stone stuff, because it uses up stone, and I kind of want to use up stone right now. Especially considering I want to terraform this, and I hope they are reasonable in the sense that they try to get the nearest stone first. Also, we replaced some of the snow. We replaced some snow here. Great. I would actually like to dig that out. Yeah, I just did that to test the terraforming. So those blocks are built on top of what you dug out. So I can cancel that order. So okay, that's the thing I wanted to know. I wanted to know if I wanted a 3x3 field here, level with the ground, of course. I wanted to know if I had to dig that out first and remove all the mud and then terraform it, or if I could just place that and they would automatically replace the thing under it. But apparently that is not the case. It makes sense, because otherwise it would be a bit difficult to handle, I guess. Anyway, we got terraforming, and that is a really nice feature. I think that was my runner here. Yep, certainly the runner. Just look at this speed. It's amazing. I like this guy. He is the hero of work in our little town. Yeah, that goblin leader is kind of dead. And now that he has his entourage, he's probably going to just... No, he's not going home. That's nice. He's just standing in the corner again. You useless hippie. I don't think all hippies are useless, by the way. Only some of them. This guy, for example. Hippies made some great music. The 70s were one of my, or 60s were one of my favorite periods when it comes to music. There are a few songs I really enjoy listening to and that are just fun to listen to. It was awesome. I might actually put some references in here at some point. And I don't like this scaffold decay. If I tell him to destroy the stupid thing, I want him to destroy the stupid thing, not to break it partially and wait for the rest to be destroyed. I'm gonna watch those guys kill stuff. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We hit the edge of the dungeon here, and our reward shall be 1 unit of copper. Ain't that amazing? I think you can place mines on copper if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken at some point. So correct me if I'm wrong. I ask of you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never really delved into the conceptual depths of towns and into all those mechanics behind whatever is being done. So yeah, I'm certainly not immune to mistakes, and they very well happen to me. So many bones, it's amazing. And yeah, so if you hear me say anything wrong, just correct me. I'm not doing it on purpose, I promise. Except if I'm joking, but you will probably notice that. Go on. Travel onwards. Go. Shoo. Explore. Or just stand there. Fine. Look, this guy's hungry and he even explored the thing for just a bit. Don't think this guy can actually hit him. Oh well. I do like how goblins drop bones. This will speed up things quite considerably at some point. Once we have the area safe, because I don't want my townies to explore this and find there is a ton of goblins over here killing them, or willing to kill them. Already had it once and I'm not overly keen on losing too many more townies. They may be replaceable, but it's hard to replace them. At least for now. We might have an easier time soonish, but for now it is kinda hard to replace a townie you lose. I'm really looking forward to those walls being done so we can place roofs, which will eat up more stones. And note the irony, right now I don't care about stones, which was one of the few resources I was actively trying to preserve at the beginning of the game. I think we lost some of those sprouts, but they are somewhat pretty fast. Are those actually homing in on the enemies? I mean those bolts of lightning, or whatever green stuff he is shooting at them. It seemed to be a bit veering towards the enemy. Oh well. It's good if it's homing in, because that means the herbalist doesn't have to aim. And considering I think this guy is high as a kite most of the time, not requiring him to aim seems like a reasonable thing to do. In fact, it seems like the only reasonable thing you can ask from the herbalist. Just point this in a general direction and it will automatically do its work. Okay, more killing. I've shown you a lot of violence here. Not sure if I can actually declare those episodes to be 18 years only and above. Don't think YouTube lets me do that. Sorry about that. I had to drink something. And the episode is over. So, yeah. I'm going to do my usual stuff. I'm going to rename this episode. I'm going to check if I have sound, although I still should have. And then I'll see if I want to record another. I'll see you then. Bye.